In our last few classes, we have studied few theories of personalities which have been proposed by different famous psychologists, right from Sigmund Freud to Raymond Cattell, Erickson, and so on. So today we'll move on to one more theory proposed by Carl Rogers, which is called as the phenomenological theory. So he proposed the humanistic approach to personality development. Was born in 1902 and died in 1987. So this is Carl Rogers. He was an American born in Illinois, USA. Uh, Studied in University of Wisconsin in a teacher's college and Columbia University. He is known for his person-centered approach, that is client-centered therapy. So his mainly students were students. His mainly patient were students, and he is known for his humanistic approach. Okay, so he dealt basically with students' adjustment problems in USA. So he says that nothing is the world is bigger than a people except a person. Okay, so you as yourself, how you look at yourself, what do you think about yourself, that will reflect on how you interact with the others. So it is a people centric or a person centric theory. So this theory states that the self is composed of concepts like self-worth, or also we call it as self-esteem, self-image, and ideal self. So it's all, this theory is all about ourselves, how we look at ourselves, whether we respect us or not, what is the image in our minds, whether we value ourselves, and what is the standard or an ideal self. So we'll talk about self-worth. So self-worth, also known as self-esteem. So this is developed in the early childhood with interaction of a child with a mother and father. So how valuable you are in your eyes starts at a very young age, the way your parents treat yourself. Okay, if they are pampering you, they are loving you, you feel good, and you feel like, okay, I am valuable, that's why they take care so much, I'm very important for them. So that esteem increases. But if it is increasing too much, say like for example, your pampered child, everything you want you get it, so in such case what happens is your self-esteem grows higher. You don't feel anything is more than me. Okay, so there is a limit for everything. So on the other hand, if you're being neglected, you feel that I'm worthless, I'm not that good, I'm not good looking, or I'm not intelligent, I'm not smart, that's why my parents don't love me. All these things appear. So self-worth or self-esteem starts with the way our young childhood was. Then the next is self-image, how we see ourselves, which is very good, which is very important for our psychological health. If say you are confident about yourself, you feel you are valuable. So if your self-esteem is high, at that time, your image will also be clear. You'll have a good psychological health because you're respecting yourself. So self-image includes the influence of your body image on your inner personality. So if you feel good from outside, say you feel like, okay, I am good looking, or I am smart, I am tall, I am intelligent, so that boosts in the confidence within you. So your inner personality, you can say, emerges, it is refined, and you feel very confident. I'm not saying good looking means when I'm thinking about what others think doesn't matter. If you think you are good, you are smart, you're good looking, when you respect yourself, normally your inner personality will be good. You'll be confident, you will not have these depression issues, you'll not have a inferiority complex. So how we feel. So whether I'm a good person or a bad person, I'm a right, wrong, beautiful or ugly. So based on what you decide about yourself, your psychology will be positive, negative. If it is a positive, it's good for your overall health of your body. If it's a negative, like you have inferiority complex, you have depression, there is conflict about respecting about yourself, then it is not good for yourself. Okay. So your self image, as I told you, will affect on our psychologically, our mentality, our behavior, attitude, and in general, the total health, physical health. I'm not talking about mental health. So when mental health is bad, our physical health is yet to be hampered. Then the third concept in this theory is ideal self. Ideal self means what I want to be. So right from our childhood, we have some divas, or you can say some person you want to be like. Maybe some people are thinking of becoming something like my cousin, my mom, my dad, like my grandfather, or maybe we even search for divas or inspiration outside our peer self. Say, for example, some film star, some celebrity, sports person, or an academician, or a business person. So you want to become like something. Okay, I am here, I want to go here. So what is that ideal self? Means what I would like to be in future. So it consists of our goals, ambitions, and that changes which happens. So, right, for example, a young toddler has some ambition. They may say, I want to become a pilot, I want to be an astronaut. Then, slowly, as they go to their teens, it changes. Okay, so because at that moment of time, that profession or particular person, you like it and you imagine. So, maybe sometimes it is considered all through your young age and you become that. But sometimes what happens? It keeps on changing. So, ideal self is that benchmark which I want to reach in future. Okay, so it depends upon what I want to be or what I don't want to be. So for our ideal self in childhood, it is not an so I just how I told you, young kids, even if you see the ads in TV that Gormita or whatnot, they say I want to become a pilot, an astronaut. As they grow up, teenagers think about say air hostess or a pop star, a film star. When you grow up in your 20s, you become responsible, then all these things go on, you do something else. Okay, so your ideal self keeps on changing because at that point of time in life you want to be something because you're inspired by somebody. So it's a very dynamic self. It is not what you really are, it is just I want to become something. Okay, so it is just inspiration. It is not what we are really within ourselves, within deep inside. So we'll talk about the perspectives which Carl Rogers said. He said it is a person-centered therapy. So whenever he used to give counseling sessions for students, he used to have these, you can say, highlights in his theory. So he believed in the concept of self or the beliefs about one's own behavior, nature, and qualities. The difference between your self concept and actual experience will only will the difference between what you actually are and what you actually want to become, this is where the disappointment starts and there is deviation, and that need to be corrected because you have adjusted problems. Okay, so because sometimes we pretend to be somebody else but deep within we are not like that. So these are the basic problems which will start. So to have this resolve these problems, we need an important tool which is called as human development of a oneself or self concept. So all the depression, you can say adjustment problems, role conflict, confidence, and all that whatever is happening in these teenagers or the youngsters is because they don't know what they are. They're just following like sheep somebody else, pretending to be something else, and there where the problem arises. If I take a very basic example, after your 10th standard, no matter what you like or you dislike, everybody go on and join a PUC science course. Why? I want to become an engineer or a doctor. Whether I want to become or my parents want me to become, or there is somebody around in the neighborhood or in the family. So we are just following the flow without knowing what are my skill sets, what am I good at. So that's why you people drop out after your 12th or just drop out after your half the way degree because you are confused about yourself, what I am good at, just trying to pretend somebody else, just trying to copy the flow. That's why it carry goes into you go into role confusion, you act frustrated, you don't listen to your parents because deep inside that volcano is bubbling up and some point of time it rises out because you just think about what I want to become. So that self analysis should start at a very young age, and even the parents should help them. Then only they don't have any adjustment problems. It'll be very flexible enough that you can cope up with any environment. Okay, so that's all for this session. I'll be continue the remaining part of the theory in my next class. So hope you like it. Please like, subscribe my channel so that in future you get notifications of my next video. So that's all for today. Any doubts are welcome. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Thank you. Comment so that I know that you have seen the video. Thank you. Good day.